What's up, what's up, everybody, man? Welcome to the Man Cave Experience with your host today. Well, it's my host, me, Cedric Edison, and my boy, Ron Servin. It's a little bit different format today, this week. And we did have a loss in the Man Cave family. So Ron's off dealing with that, with the passing of his mom. So he's just kind of navigating that whole feel. So it's just me today, man. It's just me. Let's just kind of take that time to shoot some love and positivity, man. We love you. We got y'all in our prayers, and man, y'all, look, hey, we appreciate you guys coming on. Super grateful, although the circumstances weren't the best to be here. Still in a position to come and show up and serve for you guys. So man, we appreciate you guys joining us for the Man Cave, returning listeners, whatever. Man, yeah, and if you knew, man, it's just a show that we have, that me and Ron created, just to have a space for men to come and people to come and just hear topics. It's just two men from two different walks of life, and we just chopping it up as men and just creating that space for other people to join us. Wow, man, yeah, to even stand up, I had a lot of energy and emotion behind this. Like, it's a different format. I'm used to having my boy right there, seeing my boy on screen, with me. I'm bouncing off of him. So it's solo dolo. Yeah. So here it is, man. COVID-19, the coronavirus, man. That's what's going on right now in 2020, this third month of it. Man, people are all over the place, include me. One of the hardest parts about what I feel coaches have to do is to be able to be vulnerable, transparent, while trying to inspire, teach, and motivate others, while taking all of that on. Because it's not easy, man, to just show up in the world, no matter coach or not, just as a human, to show up in the world day in and day out and say I'm not perfect, and have to navigate through all the mental warfare that you go through. But we still have to show up. And man, that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Really is, for me. And let me know, your thoughts around it. But for me, I see a lot of women uplifting women. Women in power, which is fine and great. And I have conversations in the back, and a lot of men are talking about that. And we're talking about we want to be leaders, and we're hearing this thing about redefining masculinity, the new age man, and all of this stuff. It's an individual journey, honestly. But I think one of the best ways we could show up is to be able to go within ourselves and be honest with ourselves and show up vulnerably and being transparent and honest. Honesty and transparency, man, is really, really two big factors. And I'm seeing that as a blessing through this virus. I really am, because it's, no matter the walk of life or status, from the richest to the poorest, at the end of the day, life has changed for us. Maybe not, some people still moving through life, still showing up for work every day, just coming in, going to work, come home, and nothing's really changed. But the playing field is equal and level right now. Just if we just kept it at a simple level of, you can't even go to your local grocery store right now and be able to shop like you used to. Not until this virus is done, businesses start to open up. You can't go out to eat like you used to. So life, let's like I say, transparency and honesty, and being honest with yourself. So let's be honest. Let's be completely honest. Life has changed, and what I like about it is we have time now. Everything is slowed down, and we talk about slowing down and being able to quiet the mind or whatever on the meditation front. But what I'm finding is, or how I'm using it, is to look within. And you might be hearing this thinking, well, I'm fine. Or let me stop right there. To make it sense, come out the way it's in my head. Earlier I said we have, like right now, the pressure's being applied. And so it's pushing stuff out, and you're gonna have three types of people. You have those that's gonna crumble and that's just stuck in their head and not really utilizing the most of this time, and they focusing it and sending energy to just a bunch of negative. Then you have some people that's okay. The pressure's being applied, and they'll be all right, and they'll kind of come out with some bumps and scrapes, and they're gonna be there. And then you're gonna have some people that pressure just gonna kind of turn them into a diamond, right? So the pressure just refining and refining and refining. And what I'm finding is, man, if I'm just honest with myself and use this pressure that's being applied to look at what I can do differently once this is all said and done. Because it's going to be a new awakening. And I'm not trying to say like on some religious thing or whatever, but if we look at it, when a lot of money is being lost across the board, it takes time for things to move right. It's going to be a lot of ebbing and flowing across everything, like we've seen it before. This isn't the first time that we've had to go through this, but we've seen it before. And let me tell you something, man. What I've learned and what's helping me is I'm being so transparent with myself. Saying, man, any and everybody could look at me, because this is who I am. This is me. And this is all of me. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Because the more I can get comfortable with showing up as the best version of myself, as well as being able to admit and be honest and put it out that although I'm telling and portraying and proclaiming that I'm the best version of me, at the same time I can say, hey, I screwed up. And now the only way I can become the best version of myself is once I admit that I messed up, I have to look at what did I do wrong and what can I do differently if we don't want to go right and wrong. That's where the transparency part is coming. And I'm also looking at the honesty part. Like I said, just being honest with everything that's going on. But if we honest with ourselves, we have seen this before. This kind of scenario, not necessarily, and some of the variables have changed, yes. But here's what I do know. Right now, today, if you hearing my voice and watching this show right now, you're not dead. So that lets me know, man, there's hope. And man, something else. It just something else. If y'all don't know, let me tell you a little bit about my story and how I even got here. And I hope this can help you get through these times right now that we going through, because I understand that people are on furloughs, people are getting laid off, companies are closing, and you even have people that's trying to keep their business open and they not really essential, but they gotta feed their family. The fear is kicking in. Man, how am I gonna take care of this? What the hell am I gonna do? Like, shit's real. It's scary. Like, I get it. But let me tell you something, man. This is just a storm right now. This is just a storm. It poured down raining the other day here in Austin, Texas, man. I mean, and it poured. It poured. And I was at work. My part-time job, I work for Amazon. I deliver packages. And man, the most beautiful rainbow popped out. And I was like, holy cow, look at that, man. It just finished pouring raining. And I mean, the rain clouds went away. And it was a beautiful rainbow, right? And I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. Like, for this to emerge, and it was really just coming down the way it was coming down. And to see that, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. But then it made me think, you know what? We in a storm right now with this virus, because everything seemed dark. Okay, the rent bill's coming. We don't know how people are they gonna tack on the rent doesn't stop. You know, once times get back, how long are they going to give me to get back on my feet now that I owe 2 months, 3 months, whatever the case may be, car note, all of this stuff is going to come back up, and we all wondering how it's going to happen. How am I going to make this happen? Let me tell you something. You know how to do it. You know how to do it, because it's been dark times in your life before. There's been dark times before, and you made it through. Like, this is one of those times you got to be real honest with yourself right now. What are the things that I can change? What are the things that I can do differently so I'm not in this exact same position the next time it happens? And we need to come from a place for that. We need to come from that place. What can I do different? Not that I need to change who I am, per se. And some of us do. There is some internal work. But let me tell you, man, don't stress out. Don't get stressed out. And don't get afraid. And if you do get afraid and you do get stressed out, man, you gotta fight that pressure. You apply your own pressure. You create your own diamonds out of this situation. And what I mean by that, you start coming up with your financial plans. You start coming up with your spiritual plans. You start coming up with your health plans. You start working on making that relationship better. You start working on making that career better. Everything better in your life. And now, what are those things? And now we need to start looking at how we gonna approach this thing. How we gonna approach it? Okay, I need to approach it with energy. Because, man, I'm telling you, it's a rainbow on the other end. And that I know you can, because y'all, let me tell you something. Look, I know it's gonna get better, because when I say I've been there, I've been there. Just a few years ago, I was sleeping in my car. Then I graduated from that, and then I was just sleeping in hotels. Run down. It wasn't your St. Regis. It wasn't your Marriott. It was your $29.99. To now, I got my own company, and like I said, I got to be honest and transparent. I wasn't completely ready for this slowdown of life. But I'm looking at it, and now I gotta show up as a leader, as a man. Now this the time the men are being separated from the boys. How we gonna lead through this? Are we just gonna sit back in the cuts and just make jokes, or just be stressed out? What are we gonna do? We need to show up for the world, y'all. Men. But coming from all of that, I have to show up now. And I've done it. You think man, when you sleeping in the, how do you think I ended up in the back seat? A time, okay, and even that's the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is you get it and you die. Other than that, the worst case is you can become homeless. Okay. Been there, done that. And those are the same thing. And there's no reason I should have been homeless. Because what happened, what ended up, the reality of it is I got stuck in my head. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Woe is life. Them. They. Well, this ain't happening. That ain't happening. And I wasn't taking them. I didn't have the right mindset because I was stuck there. So it's going to be okay. Now is the time to come up with a plan. It's going to be okay. I've been there. That's how I ended up homeless. I'm trying to tell you how not to. That's my whole thing is to show up to the world and use my story to help teach, inspire, motivate somebody. And then come in with the coaching and help transform that. Bad habits. But you're going to be okay. We going to be okay. Y'all going to be okay. Because we done seen dark times before. We done made them. I'm a living, breathing, I'm real. Breathing example of you can come from out of the darkness. And I know in my mind I'm just, at the end of the day, man, I'm a little old sad. I'm just old sad. Oh, I ain't no bigger or better than no man on the planet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just me. But here it is. I done came from homelessness, came from getting kicked out of the Marine Corps, came from the gangs, drugs, jail. And here I am, doing TED Talks and coaching and speaking. Here it is. But it was when the pressure was being applied, that's when I had to change my mindset. This gonna be good for some people. This rock bottom for some people. Some people gonna hit their rock bottom. That's what it took for me. And that's why I do what I do is with the hope that nobody have to hit their rock bottom like I did or hit anywhere near my type of rock bottom. Man, I know I went on one a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to necessarily know how it was gonna go. Like I say, man, I usually got my boy here with me. That's why I'm standing up, because I just had a bunch of energy and just a bunch of different thoughts and trying to keep it in tune, in line with everything. But yeah, guys, man, men, it's time for us to show up in the middle of this crisis. And in my opinion, that's when, if you want to see who the true leaders are, create a difficult situation and see who emerges and lead and step up. And I guess as I grow, that's one of my definitions of a man. It's just a true leader. That's a part of it, I guess. And true leaders emerge in difficult times and out of situations. So that's my call to action to y'all, to the men. Step up and lead this thing. Lead from here. Lead from the heart and not from here. And put some energy behind that thing. Yeah, man, again, Ron, man, our deepest condolences to you, man. Mad positive vibes to y'all out there in Cali, man. And to everybody out there, man, y'all be safe. Just be respectful and keep in mind your neighbor and what can you do to lessen their exposure. This this lockdown is not about us. Or this is how I see it. It's not about us being, shouldn't be a selfish thing. It's because I'm looking at my neighbor and I want to do my part and love my neighbor enough to not move around or come into contact, whoever it is, just people in general. I love y'all enough to sit put and to use, you know, some very, very good judgment out there with buying habits and moving around. So yeah, just let's just love on one another, because we definitely need that, man. Let's uplift each other. Be in unity right now. You know, it's we can get creative. You know, we got the social distancing, but if somebody needs something, we can find a way to get it to them in a safe manner. If it's nothing more than a word, you know, but check on your people and just be honest and transparent and be a leader. That's the new masculinity right there. Hey y'all, man, I appreciate y'all spending this little time with us, man. Hey, y'all can check us out on Facebook at Man Cave Experience. If you haven't, hit the subscribe and the like button wherever they are. They somewhere. Y'all know where it's at. Hit one of them, man. Like the show, man. Share it. Hey, if a word was said that touched you, say something, man. Let's communicate on it. Let's run it. And if not, man, hey, if you know somebody in your life, if you do, hey, that this might apply to, shoot it to them, man. Share that link over there with them, y'all. Hey, man, until next time, we love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Be safe. Until next week, man, we'll see y'all.